How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And y'all know I love me a hidden gem, right? From Jackie Chan's action kung fu to Yo Noid, which isn't necessarily a hidden gem, but a lot of people kind of blew it off because it's a licensed game, and a weird license at that, but it's still a hidden gem in my eyes. To today's game. The more obscure the title, the cooler it might end up being. Look at Low G Man. Well, today's game is one of only 3 titles published by Asmik, the criminally underrated Conquest of the Crystal Palace, Top Players Tennis, which I want to say was a 4-player tennis title that was actually pretty solid, and today's game. And today's game is from 1991, and it's got a really weird story, but it combines like 4 different genres, and it has an incredible soundtrack. Today, we're going to take a quick little look at Wurm, spelled with a U. Journey to the Center of the Earth. Now, Wurm, you play as this girl with green hair that kind of look like the best ending of Metroid, when Samus takes off her armor and she's a girl, and you find out that Samus is a girl and Samus has green hair. Yeah. The main character in this game, I think her name is Moby, has green hair and wears pink, just like Samus. But this game has a horizontal shmup mode where you control like this tank with a drill head that can drill through rock, and then it has a hover mode, and then later on it turns into a fighter jet, and the fighter jet is faster, but it's weaker because it can't drill through anything, so it's best to just rock with the hover mode. There's a first-person mode which is primarily for boss fights, where you encounter a boss, you have to talk to the other members of your ship's crew to find out how to defeat the best way to beat the boss. And there's a probability meter where you gotta kind of talk to them to figure out the best course of action to get that probability meter up to 100, and then blow up the boss, right? And then there is a side-scrolling action mode where you control Moby as she gets out of the tank drill thing and makes her way to finding other characters and encountering bosses and all that good stuff. And then there is a vertically scrolling shmup mode where you can change from the hover mode in with the drill and ship the fighter mode. Again, this is where now the fighter mode works okay, but it also still has like the drill thing going on where you can't drill through stuff, and if you run into it, it causes damage. That whole thing. And this continues throughout the game. It just alternates between these 4 different game types. And story's convoluted. There's a lot of cutscenes that involve earthquakes, stuff like that. Also, this game was set in 1999. Apparently, volcanoes destroyed the Earth basically in 1999, which don't make no... Everybody thought that the world was going to be gone in 1999, back in the day. Which is funny because this game came out in 1991. But, you know, weird things happen in the 90s. But this title, for its handful of shortcomings, like that convoluted probability thing with the first person mode, and the amount of cutscenes in this game, Wurm is a pretty solid little multi-genre action game. And for my money, it's one of the best qualifiers of a hidden gem on the NES. I absolutely guarantee. Now, if you decide you want to get yourself a physical copy of Wurm, loose carts, they bounced all over the place, but most of the copies that I saw were about $40 and up. They started about $40, which ain't bad for a game that came out in '91 and a lot of people don't know about. But yeah, I would love to get my hands on a copy. If anybody want to bless me with a copy, I will gladly accept it. But yeah, Wurm Journey to the Center of the Earth is a great example of a really weird title and a really weird story arc, combined with interesting gameplay elements and a really good soundtrack. And how all those things, when you put them in a blender and get them together, they can make some really weird magic. I guarantee this is a good game that's just really, really strange. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, you know, this game is based on a TV show that inspired Matt Stone and Trey Parker to make Team America World Police. I don't know whether to be excited or troubled.